Hello, University 150 students. This is the second video. I emailed students the scripts for the notes to follow if you're listening to the video. I am encouraging students to complete their assignments so that they can finish the semester successfully with a good grade in University 150. The script for the third reviews that I did receive students' presentations. If you have not completed your PowerPoint or Word script for your presentation, then I will take the zeros away and put in your grade. I haven't typed those grades in Blackboard, but I will be typing in the grades. And, you know, up until the last week before the exams, I will be accepting late work. There is a limited time for me to complete the grading, but I do want to support you. So get going and finish your presentation if you haven't done that yet. I did put in notes from the original March 17 and March 19. What were the extra credit essay topics? So in class, we did have notes, and I emailed students the notes, but the three extra credit topics were who or what or who motivated you to go to college. And so this is a story about your own life. I have received about 4 extra credit essays, so you can do 2 for 5 points each. It will boost your grade and help you complete the class. You get a little bit of feedback on how many mistakes you made. I use the same writing sample placement test grading rubric as we've been using in the whole class. So the 3 questions are a narrative, what or who motivated you to go to college, a process paper, describe your application process to apply to ODU. And so it may have been a while back, but when you were completing your applications for college, was it easy? How long did it take? What were you doing at that time? Did you use a general application? Did people answer your email? How long did it take? So step by step, when you applied to ODU, this is a description of that application process. The third topic is the draft, and some students thought about the topic, but they really didn't answer that question. Should women be required to register for the draft? And so that is an argumentative topic, and it is a real topic because they're thinking of changing that so both men and women have to register for the draft. I did put in a website which reviews rhetorical patterns or patterns of development. When students are aware of patterns of development in reading material, in writing material, in speaking material, gives people more power over facts because you're organizing information according to a pattern. You're not delivering random facts. You are explaining the differences and the similarities for comparison contrast. You're explaining the reasons and the results for cause and effect. You're telling a story for narrative. You're explaining your viewpoint on a controversial issue and giving reasons and support so that someone might agree with you or understand your viewpoint. So rhetorical patterns are very important in all academic information, whether it is speaking, reading, or writing. And an overview of rhetorical pattern is available on those websites. I did find a video which helps students understand how they can read better if they can identify the rhetorical pattern. So rhetorical patterns are not just for writing assignments, but they are good for study skills and comprehension of reading material. I did look for some topics for journals, and if you want to practice rhetorical patterns, then you can apply them to practice paragraphs. So I typed up one example about Starbucks, why some people prefer Starbucks, and it's an explanation. It is factual writing, but it is a little paragraph which could be a journal if you haven't finished your 15 journals. I did find another website from a college, and it does give an explanation of rhetorical patterns with a paragraph for each pattern. So you can get some ideas about how to use that practice writing in your own journals in a similar topic that you choose to write about your own. For the third essay, I did type in the examples from our syllabus, the due dates, and of course the due dates are past, so I'm waiting for your Essay 2 and Essay 3 so that I can complete the grading. For an example of article review, I found an article by Virginia Heffernan. It is a New York Times article, and the author says that people can lose their hearing if they are listening to loud music from headphones or earbuds. And so it's an interesting article. And then another teacher online put this as her WordPress assignment. I found the student's WordPress article review. It is not a formal essay, but it is a clear review of Heffernan's article and the student's summary of it, the student's part where he disagrees or agrees with the ideas in the article about headphones and earbuds. And so in my notes, I typed in, although the blog is not a formal essay formatted in MLA style with the works cited citation, it does express an opinion of the article and the topic in the article, similar to our Essay 3. I listed some of the things that the student did in the informal blog which meet the requirement for your Essay 3. The student identifies the article, gives the title, the author's name, and the topic. The student summarizes the article. The student points out the support. How does the writer support her ideas in the article? The student lists ideas which he does not accept or that he questions from her article. He also points out ideas that he does agree with. After agreeing and disagreeing with the article, the student summarizes why he agrees or disagrees with the article and restates Heffernan's opinion in the article. The student does not do works cited citation, but gives the URL. And so if you are used to Citation Machine or EasyBib, this is one way to start a citation. It's not going to be complete because EasyBib and Citation Machine don't have a brain. And so if you look at the official guidelines for a works cited page or citation for a website, then you can look at Purdue Online Writing Lab, see if Citation Machine and EasyBib left out any information. EasyBib and Citation Machine will capitalize random things that don't need to be capitalized. Sometimes it doesn't italicize information, which should be in italics. Citation Machine and EasyBib, if it is an international name, they mix up first name and last name. And so if you have a writer from a different culture, what I do is I pick the last name, what I think is the last name, and I Google it. and I see if it's a man or a woman, if it's a first name or a last name, and then I do the same thing with the first name to make sure I am listing last name, comma, first name, period, title in the works cited citation correctly. Okay, so at the bottom of script 3, I put a note that, if you email me your essay 3, I will review it and make comments on it and return it so that you can feel like you have someone to look at your paper. The Writing Center is also available for tutor review if you want a review of your papers. So I did email students that information as well. Okay, so I'm ready to start the script 4, which is the new assignment. And I am emphasizing the journals because by now you should be finishing all 15 journals, ready to post them on WordPress. There's a website which I typed in the notes, or you can Google yourself, college journals topics, college journal topics, and teachers put their topics right online. The e-portfolio is divided into 3 parts. First 5 weeks, weeks 6 through 10, weeks 11 through 15 or 16. And so that's why there are 3 reflection essays listed under Univ150. So on the same page, paste in your reflection essay, paste in 5 journals, and try to do the link to the editing skills checklist. A few students asked me for help with editing skills checklist. We did this in the classroom so that you could upload your Excel spreadsheet. If it does not work, do not get a 0 on the Excel spreadsheet. Fill it in. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your grades? What websites did you go to? Put your bad sentences in there in the spreadsheet and correct them. Fill in the orange box with your thoughts on the assignments that you completed in the 5 weeks, and save it and email it to me. I will still award you the 3 points. Add media in WordPress is not perfect. My last semester students figured out 2 or 3 different ways to do it. And so, in the classroom, we sorted it out so that it is possible to do. If it does not work for you, email it to me. I just need proof that you analyzed your writing. I wrote those numbers for the editing skills checklist on your journals, on your essays, and so using those numbers, analyzing your own mistakes, gives you freedom from a teacher. You can know your own mistakes, get rid of them without having a dependence on a teacher or a tutor to correct your work. You slowly build those habits to improve your own writing by recognizing things that need correction. Okay, so I am waiting for Essay 3 this week so that I can download it and grade it. Again, if you're behind, I do accept that. So send me the draft or send your draft to the Writing Center tutor and improve your papers so that you can write an article response or article review paper and get that experience. It is not a research paper, but it involves some of the same skills to help you develop opinions about the information and deliver your opinions in academic writing style. It is time to start Essay 4. When you finish Essay 3 this week, move on to Essay 4. There are a couple topics which are independent, so you write your own opinion about why do students learn from research projects. Okay, so you're analyzing the reasons your teachers are asking you to do research projects. The fourth question is, what assignments have you had involving research? Whether it was a presentation, a research paper, or another type of research project in high school or college that you completed. So you are doing a report on a research assignment that you have done. And I ask specific questions. How successful were you? How was it graded? Was the grade fair in your opinion? How did the instructor help students plan the assignments? And so that is not a difficult essay to write. Students have done very well with that question in the past. So topic 1 and topic 4 are regular essays. Topic 2 and topic 3 involve, again, writing about articles. And so some students want a challenging assignment similar to a research paper, but not really a research paper. 2 says, find an argumentative article related to your major. And so if you know what your major is, you look at the debates within that community of that professional group and write about it. And so you agree or disagree with the writer of an article about a topic related to your major, which is very similar to Essay 3. Topic 3 means find an article in the library databases. And so article review is easier to do with a news article and more difficult to do with the PhD writers who are publishing for their career in the databases. But if you select an article which is, let's say, 6 pages, don't pick a 30-page article, you have the ability to discuss that article in the same way that we did for Essay 3. Write an analysis of the scholarly article as practice so that you are writing academic reports in academic writing style. So pick your topic for Essay 4, start Essay 4. Essay 4 has a large point value. And, I'm happy to say that many students are making fewer and fewer mistakes. So I can see the difference. You are thinking, planning, setting up essays in a better way. It should be easier and faster to begin a writing project, plan a writing project, draft it, check it, try to improve it, get someone else to read it, get a tutor to read it before turning in a final paper. So this process may be a little time consuming, but if it's your grade, it is worth the effort if you make a plan for a writing assignment ahead of time instead of doing it the night before it's due. The writing process can be very helpful. Okay, so according to the syllabus, Essay 4 was due April 16. I will move that to April 20th, but the sooner you write the essay, the better. Then you can see your grades typed in Blackboard. You know what your average is. If you have leftover time, you can do the 2 extra credit essays. If you don't need them, you already know what your grade is, and so you don't have to take the time. I do encourage you to monitor your grade on Blackboard. I will be trying to update the grades, and I'll be emailing Essay 2 back so that you can prepare reflection Essay 2 or 3, depending on which essay you decide to write about in your editing skills checklist. I did also offer students 2 extra credit assignments. You are reading chapter 7 in the textbook, and you're reading chapter 8 in the textbook. There's no quiz on Blackboard. If you make up your own quiz as though you were the teacher, This shows me that you took the time to read chapter 7. You took the time to read chapter 8. So for each of those quizzes, I can give you 2.5 points if you make up your own quiz question to prove that you read the topics. There is no need to answer the questions. I'm just asking you to formulate 10 questions for chapter 7 if you want 2.5 points, and 10 questions on chapter 8 if you want another 2.5 points. So improving academic habits, student habits, locating resources, these type of ideas were most of the planning part of University 150, so that students are more proactive in their own success. It's not just a writing class, but it does review ideas for improving student habits so that students are successful in all their classes. That is the last page. All right, so please check Blackboard. Please check your email. I know that it is difficult to learn from a video. Students mention that their textbooks are back at ODU in the dorm and they're at home, so they don't have their book. I have tried to support students with web links to instructional materials, and I have been reading your work. I scanned your journals and progress reports to return by email. So again, get your 3 credits for this class, move on to another class, try your best to complete the class successfully, and let me know what you need in terms of making up assignments and doing well in writing. Thanks for listening. See you next time.